כן, רואים? מה זו?
Federica, it's a pleasure to welcome you again to Jerusalem. This is the first meeting we've had since I formed the new government, and I take this opportunity to reiterate Israel's commitment to peace, my commitment to peace. Over the last few weeks, we've taken some concrete, tangible steps to benefit the Palestinian population. We've taken economic steps, added measures for reconstruction and development, and ensuring ongoing humanitarian support. We'll continue with those practical steps, but at the same time, we'll continue to work towards peace. Israel wants peace. I want peace. We want a peace that would end the conflict once and for all. My position has not changed. I don't support a one-state solution. I don't believe that's a solution. A demilitarized Palestinian state that recognizes the Jewish state. And I look forward to discussing with you how to share our goal, and we see you as a friend who can help advance it. But if I look around at our region and the world, Iran is arming and training Hezbollah terrorists in Gaza, rather in Lebanon, and Hamas terrorists in Gaza. Iran is opening a third terror front against Israel in the Golan, which I believe poses the greatest threat to the region and to the world. I'm afraid the Lausanne program will not block Iran's path to the bomb. Iran's emerging deal with the world powers facilitates and legitimizes Iran's continued development of the capabilities of forming nuclear weapons. And by will give Iran many billions of dollars with which to fund its aggression and its worldwide terror campaign. Because of Lausanne, the sanctions are already eroding. In recent weeks, Airbus aircraft have been sold to Iran in direct violation of the sanctions. So if pressure is being lifted today, what leverage will remain to ensure that Iran complies tomorrow when there is no pressure, when the sanctions are removed? And the answer, the honest answer is nothing. Nothing will be left to ensure that Iran complies with the deal or that Iran ceases its aggression and its terror. If we want to know what will happen with Iran as a result of this deal, just look at what happened with North Korea as a result of that deal. Despite the inspections and despite the commitments, North Korea became a nuclear power. Just this week, North Korea announced that it has succeeded in miniaturizing a nuclear weapon. I think the international community is about to make the same mistake with Iran as it did with North Korea. And I'm afraid Lausanne does exactly that. The peace and security of the region and the world demand that we insist on a better deal, and it's not too late to do so. These are formidable challenges. They've never deterred us. We know that Europe has undergone great challenges, great transformations in the previous century, and has shown great resourcefulness and great abilities to overcome travail and create a better future for all its people, future and a present of peace and security and prosperity. And that's what I hope that we can discuss and work together to achieve: peace, security, and prosperity for all our peoples, for all our neighbors. So in that spirit, I welcome you again to Jerusalem. It's a pleasure to see you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much, Prime Minister Bibi. Thank you for inviting me to visit you so early at the beginning of your new mandate, and congratulations for that. It is really an honor for me to be here in Jerusalem again, to be here for the first time in this place. I take it as a sign of friendship, as it should be, as Europe and Israel have a long history, share a long history, long friendship, a partnership, and it's not only the past that unites us, but also a vision, a future, as you said. I believe your recommitment tonight to work on peace and security, first of all for Israel, but also for the rest of the region, is what also unites us. European Union is interested in peace and security for Israel, for the region, because this is also our European peace and security. So we have a common interest there to see if we have a space for relaunching the vision you just mentioned of two states for two people being able to live in full respect, one at the side of the other, in full respect and with a perspective of peace and security for all. You mentioned one of the threats you have in this region, we have in this region, because this is also our region. The Mediterranean, the Middle East is also somehow a European region. We share a neighborhood, which is the most dangerous one in the world. And we have many threats we have to face together. And most of them are all around us, all around Israel, but also all around Europe. You mentioned one of them, the perspective of an Iranian nuclear program. Let me assure you that my personal commitment as a facilitator of the negotiations and the European interest and willingness to reach an agreement that is not done yet, is not finalized yet. In Lausanne, in Switzerland, we outlined some elements of the framework, but we are working now in these days, in these weeks, very hard and in a very tough way to finalize text that, let me assure you, will be a way of ensuring that Iran could not develop a nuclear weapon in the future, with mechanism of controlling that. The efforts of the international community, my personal efforts in this respect, are aimed at more security, not less. And I hope we can be successful in this regard. I know we will discuss this, as we will discuss the opportunities to relaunch the peace process, but also some bilateral issues, because we have so much to discuss.
Well, I'd like to talk to you about the Italian political system.
That is not officially, that is not in my capacity anymore, but I would be happy to do that.
As an observer.
Definitely. It's a member state. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, we can't, there's no way you can tell the press now. I can't. Because I guess Silver Shalom's press people will see something, and Francois said, "Fuck you." רק שאני אוהב אותך.